Okay, so we're looking at a huge research dossier for a cinematic, true story style piece on Michael Jackson.
Yeah, a really ambitious goal. You want to capture an epic but also bittersweet tone, focusing on his perfectionism and loneliness.
Let's jump right into the structure.
Okay, first big topic. The way you're using your academic sources is actually fighting against your dramatic goals.
Right, I mean, the Backstage Pass article and the Business of Music breakdown, they're really interesting, but they read as very quantitative.
Exactly. It's all sales figures, MTV demographics. It feels a little like a textbook, which creates a very dry, unemotional texture.
So the suggestion is to completely reframe how you use that information.
Yes. Don't present them as business strategies. Frame them as evidence of an obsessive perfectionism.
And the immense personal cost of that perfectionism.
Right. So don't just state that he revolutionized the music video with Thriller.
Everyone knows that.
Use the details you already have, the 14-minute duration, the werewolf metamorphosis. Use that to show his desperate need to create magic, regardless of the cost or logic.
And that brings us to the medical analysis of his dancing.
Yes, that section on the smooth criminal lean. Right now, it's a bit too clinical. It feels like a diagnosis.
It does. You need to translate it into physical sacrifice. You have these great descriptions, the strong Achilles tendon, the spinal erector muscles.
Use them. Describe the body screaming under tension. Show us that it wasn't just a cool dance move. It was a biological anomaly.
One born of sheer, relentless obsession.
Okay, next point. Building that bittersweet narrative arc. To do that, you have to tame the chaos of the Reddit threads you're using.
Yeah, right now they're just sort of a jumble, aren't they? A mix of nostalgia and people defending him.
It's just noise. There's no clear through line, so you can't really build that feeling of tragedy or mystery you're going for.
So you need to impose a structure on it.
And the clearest way is to build the narrative around the stark contrast in public perception before and after 2009.
Before and after his death.
Exactly. Open the story with those specific Reddit anecdotes from, say, 2006 to 2008.
The Wacko Jacko period, when he was widely mocked, treated like a laughingstock. You have to establish that low.
Then you can contrast that darkness with the immediate, almost global deification that happened after he died, which is all right there in the later threads.
And that allows you to frame his retreat into Neverland not as just some eccentric choice,
but as a tragic necessity, a way to survive. The FMDOS article calls it the mysterious home of Neverland, and that's the angle.
Finally, for this to be cinematic, the visual descriptions for your illustrator need to be much more concrete.
I agree. The narratives musicales thesis is fascinating, but it's all about semiotics, like messages of ecology or racial diversity.
Which are intellectual concepts. An artist can't draw a concept, They need an image.
You have to mine your texts for those specific physical descriptions. Create illustratable moments.
For example, the Business of Music article mentions his military jackets, gloves, and sparkling socks.
Don't just list them. Frame them as his public armor. That's a powerful visual metaphor an illustrator can actually work with.
And you can map his visual evolution to the story scale.
Totally. Contrast the rotting, shambling zombies from Thriller with the multicultural face morphing in black or white.
It shows his visual language evolving from a kind of horror fantasy to a desperate plea for global unity.
So to really make this work as a cinematic epic, you need to pivot. Stop analyzing why he was successful.
And start narrating how he suffered for that success. That's the core of it.
By contrasting the cold medical reality of his dance moves with the emotional isolation you found in those Reddit threads.
That's where you'll find that bittersweet depth you're aiming for. Once you've reworked the script, please submit it again for a final review of the pacing.